that, post it, which is what happened in a matter of like 5 hours. And like now everyone in the NA community is freaking out about this, you know? And not only that, but people across seas are saying, oh, this is bullshit, because everyone's just on riding the balls of Zayn, you know, listening to whatever he says as the gospel, right? And it's not. It's frustrating.
Well, and it also comes down that they need to stop with this bullshit question and answers in VC.
Yeah.
If you're going to do that, you need to have it written down because it doesn't stop anything. People are still going to make up stuff.
Mm-hmm. Rules. Mm-hmm. Slide me some diamonds, fam. I need to do. I got. Daddy needs a brand new skin. Uh-oh. Did y'all say that a lot? Mm-hmm. You he literally just about to switch up the verbiage. Don't masticate more than you can handle. I was like, wait, what? No, not masturbate, masticate. That's chewing. I'm gonna say masturbating. That's don't do that either. Just none of that. None of the above. Okay, okay. Are you sharing stream in Discord or? Oh, arigato, you're welcome. Let's see here. Arigato gozaimasu. All right, so we got best player Nicolette, Shinra, XP gap.
What is this?
All right.
Group selected items. Desk. Shrink us down. I'm gonna send you guys the updated standings after yesterday.
Okay.
Okay.
I updated them today just because how close everything is. Copy.
You're seeing that Mikasa needs sexy permission. Oh, team sexy permissions.
No. Hold on.
I just threw him into the team sexy room, but he's still gonna need team sexy permissions. Man, now that I think about it, we were sitting here talking about how. What?
I left for a second as my screen my screen is no longer sharing.
Yeah, it's closed.
Discord rebooted on me. All right, everything's
Nice.
good. Back to intro, studio mode off. Let's share screen.
Sakura got him. Now that I think about it, with I know we were talking about BTK might not go to M4 because they got all this stuff going on, but how many teams here right now kind of have the stable enough roster to kind of
TFB. TFB.
Dude, they don't really have. They have 2 new members. What are you talking about? Stable.
They still look good. They still look good, and I still think that they are a candidate, man. I mean, I think they're more stable than BTK right now.
Well, yeah. But the BTK, I think on skill level,
BTK is better.
Zane, yeah.
Yeah, Zane can whip a team into shape very fast. He's been known to do it.
Oh yeah.
So.
Throw me an invite to the tournament lobby. Who do I need to talk to? Does it have to be Sally for me to get a tournament lobby?
Yeah, that's who you should talk to. I would ask G what he said to convince her, because he was able to get it without me even
being in the conversation,
even vouching for him. Yeah, I mean, G did do some events, like me and him did hosted events together for her, so like he knows that he helps with stuff like that sometimes, but I don't know.
I was about to say, I thought G was actually pretty well known on that side, especially since he handles most of the TikTok stuff.
Yeah, but it's very different. Like, so the tournament lobby is like a whole different. Like, you have to have like valid reasoning to get it. At least that's how they made it out to me, and that's like how it's always been expressed to me. Is like the only reason I have it is because I'm hosting a tournament regularly.
Yeah.
So like you have to have some sort of valid reason. It can't just be like, I just want to have the tournament lobby to do this or do that, you know? So that's what I'm saying. Ask G what his wording was to convince them. I don't know. And maybe he threw out the NASL. Yeah.
Like it back, you will give me a tournament lobby.
I'm a man of very certain skills.
Right.
Dog squeaking in the background.
So are you send me while you do that, send me an invite in game as well, so I can make sure.
What's your name on here again?
Frisky.
Frisky. Am I still friends with you, Frisky?
I hope so. No, maybe.
Are you on right now?
Yeah, I'm on right now.
I do not see you on, so we might not be friends.
Who's immigrants to M4?
What's your ID?
I'm not gonna.
It is 655 26654.
655.
Who is?
Hold on. 655
266
266
54.
54.
Oh my god, this stupid thing. I forgot to get the starlight. I swear they need to go ahead and increase that. So that you know, no matter what, you can just have over 200
Over 200 what?
followers friends, whatever the thing is.
Yeah, that's how they get you. The moment I lose Starlight, it's always you don't have enough friends.
Yeah, that's
You
why.
don't
Yeah,
have
that's why
enough
I
friends,
try to
Papa."
hit follow on him. It was like I was like, oh snaps.
Yato and Gals. Just call
There's
their
only
hero name.
one.
There's two.
Okay, I'll just use the hero name.
Yeah.
Dummies. What is that border?
I don't know, but it's cool.
Yeah, a little cat ear flashing
Ready?
border.
A bunch of MPL stuff. I heard that they got rid of some of the MPL emotes because they were too toxic.
Dude, I don't know what the
really?
fuck they were thinking with those emotes in the first place. Like, there's no way they didn't know that those were going to be used in a toxic way. I don't even think that there was a way to not use them in a toxic way. It's like, fuck
I
you,
mean,
buddy.
emotes essentially, like, there are
What?
no such thing as, like, not using an emote in a
Oh yeah,
toxic
you got
way.
it. Yeah.
Like,
It's not even-
what other
they-
way?
they-
Unless you're, like, signaling your teammate, like, good play. You know, like, thumbs up.
Look,
You know, like,
that's
other
the
than
thing,
that,
though, is the emotes were even toxic in themselves,
know.
even without
They just
considering
made it
that.
worse.
It's like, yeah, it's just like having an emote that says "F you." I'm so baffled that people would use this in a negative way. This outcry from people, baffling.
We're counting in, guys.
Okay.
Hold on. All right, am I
Ready?
I'm good. Look good. Oh.
Yeah, all you guys look good. Stare at your cameras. Oh, my curtain's open for some reason.
God damn it, T-Rex. Wait, we can't see you.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
in here, that's right.
My curtain's open. Wait, what?
Well, no, but they can see me. Not for you guys. On my
Oh,
curtains. I'm saying
you talking about the
curtains
people looking in? Like, what is that weirdo doing?
open. No, like the viewers. I can't have the curtain open behind me. What is so hard to understand about this? Who the fuck is watching me from the
You
other
have
side?
curtains.
Hopefully nobody.
Oh.
Yes, guys, I've always had curtains behind me. Have you not noticed that? What do you think this is? A wall?
Maybe.
All right, we're going. 5, 4, 3, 2. Welcome, guys, back to the North American Squad League. Oh, we have no audio. Welcome, guys, back to the North American, or you guys had no audio, I had audio. Welcome back to the North American Squad League, guys. This is day 12. Day 12. Big day. The only thing about today is, sadly, we only have one series. New Wave had some internal issues. At least they let me know very much beforehand that they would not be able to make their game tonight. You know, they didn't just drop the ball last minute. So we will only be watching Team Sexy versus Ackerman, but I think it's still going to be a hype game. This is a game that I think a lot of us have been waiting for. Team Sexy is this team that we just saw get all the way to 3rd place in the last NACT, has done very, very well, and when they're in the tight predicament, a tight situation, and they need to make the plays that matter, they seem to do that. Ackerman, on the other hand, is this team that is kind of remolding, you know, X-Area 77, rebranding under a new name with some new members and making some big plays. Before I go any farther, let me introduce you to our 2 casters tonight, and that is Frisky and Private Dancer. How you doing tonight, Frisky?
Oh man, doing great. Glad to be back here with you guys and watching some good teams, even though the little name changed, but we're still here to watch some good gameplay tonight. We got one good game, and I think it's going to be amazing. What about you, Private?
Bro, I am hype. It is Sunday, and of the games that we're going to be seeing, yeah, it's Sunday fun day. Of the games we're going to be seeing here, I am very excited about Ackerman because there's a lot behind these two teams. Ackerman, as we do know, does contain some of the members from the now defunct Area 77, but additionally, they have added those strong players like Zia and Kush to the roster as well, but not to keep to just kind of isolate it into them. But on the other side, Team Sexy, probably one of those fan favorites that have just been coming up. One of the longest standing squads in North America here since like the very first NACT, the very first squad league. They've been competing here since the beginning, and I am very, very excited to see, especially with how they performed in these last 2 months. I'm very excited to see what they can bring, especially against a team like Ackerman. And as as we saw with their debut match last week, they are a very strong force to be reckoned with. But how are they going to be able to line up against top four, top three, a top three team like Team Sexy here?
Most definitely. I don't think it's going to be easy, right? And Team Sexy doing very well right now. And, well, not super well, at least not in the league, right? But I feel like in the first half of the league, they were kind of going through that, getting that synergy back. And by the time we saw them in NACT during the split, they had really gotten it together. They had really stepped up their game. And now, even though they're sitting at the number 7 position or something like that, it looks like we got some of the numbers wrong here, but you can see where they are on the exact board, right? So now they are sitting here. They're not too far behind. They're sitting at 6 points right now. Deuce Knights is the number 6 position, just made the playoffs, sitting at 9, tied up with First Blood and Ackerman, right? So all Team Sexy really needs right now is the ability to win this game. There's 3 more series throughout the rest of the league for every team, and right now the number 6, 5, and 4 spot are looking like a very close call. It's literally a point difference between several of these teams. So whoever gets sweeps for a sweep makes a huge difference. If you do lose a game, getting that 1 point, winning one game out of that best of 3 makes a huge difference and could decide on the final day whether you make it to the playoffs or not.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be very interesting to see. Like I said, it's there have been such an interesting amount of growing and changes with these teams. We started I want to say 3-4 months ago, took a break for the Challenger tournaments. And in that Challenger tournament, we saw some raised potential from some of these teams. One of them definitely being Team Sexy, just how well they were able to cope with some of the roster changes, how they had basically come together and formed this just undeniably strong and adept squad when it comes to banning or into playing style. So I mean, it's going to be very interesting. And like I said, like you said, the not exactly at the tippy top of the squad league rankings, but I think over the last month they've come at the top of NA hearts. To be a little cheesy,
Definitely.
There's nothing cheesy about that. I mean, and it's nice to have some teams that truly are like becoming the people's teams, you know, like becoming teams that us as NA viewers are starting to enjoy. And the fact that that is starting to happen means that some of these teams are actually getting it together, competing regularly, and the fact that we're finally getting so many more events in NA just show, and it's all just melding together, right? And it's finally giving casters like us reasons to get hype, you know, reasons to have a team favorite, you know, have a favorite. Like normally it's just like it's BTK or Gosu or you know, this player, that player. We're finally at a point where we can be like, this is the team I represent, you know, this is the team. Like we can finally be fans of a certain team whether they win or lose because we know they're going to be around for a while.
Definitely. Yeah. I like that. Like I said, it's good that we're finally getting to that point to where you having your favorites. They might not be the top upper echelon, but you like, you know, people are going to love the Cowboys no matter what, the Dallas Cowboys in North America.
I don't know about that.
But the same sentiments, you're going to have people that's going to always love like Team Sexy. They're going to be always with Team Sexy no matter what. And these, like I said, these names are getting more popular. The word is spreading around. And just as a NA player, caster, and everything, it's good to see. And it makes you feel good to know that we're finally getting that recognition as a whole territory that we got these teams that are on that level.
Well, let's not waste any time because these teams are ready to go, and we don't want to let these viewers wait anymore. We are going to be jumping into the first game of the night for the only series of tonight. If you guys have not already, make sure you smash that like button, smash the subscribe button either harder because we're jumping into the draft of the first series of Day 12, the first and only series of Day 12. Team Sexy up against Ackerman. Team Sexy will have first ban, first pick private.
Yeah, and what the big question on my mind right now for Team Sexy is, where are we going to be putting Nicolette? I've said it before and I'll say it again. She plays such great roles and she's so diverse, but I don't think anything really matches her mage and mid lane ability. While she is great at that roaming, she usually I feel like it's sometimes she'll rotate into that type of position to kind of fill in gaps in the team as they have those learning curves to kind of get through. But I mean, it's a masterful team there, and then we do see a best player as well. He's consistently just a mechanically gifted player, and the likes that we usually see in the Valley with Basic or Hoon or Shark or something like that. So I'm really interested to see how we're going to be doing there. We still are not allowed, not allowed. Fredrin is still not allowed to be picked yet. We still have one more week until that that's going to be coming up, but we're going to be starting here with some very prototypical bands. The Esmeralda still a force to be reckoned with on that experience lane, with all of the sustain that she can keep up with, especially toward the end of the game. And something that's been kind of a controversy between me and Rex and the rest of the casters here is a Julian ban, because he has not found, I feel like he's still very much up in the air with how good or bad he can usually be in some of these positions in games.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those characters that still isn't, as we know his potential that he can do, but he's just not there yet to reason a whole ban slot, I should say, because he's not like that in everyone's hands yet.
I mean, and this is a team though, like, where I think these two teams, especially on the side of Ackerman, like, we know Yato can run the Julian. I'm pretty sure their jungler Kush can run the Julian, and that whoever it falls in the right hands could do it. And same to Team Sexy. So I like the ban. I think, and right now I feel like we're kind of at a point where the only two bans that I want to see no matter what is like the Valentina and the Pheromones. Like, other than that, this is a great thing, right? Like, ML is finally, I feel like our events, our tournaments have finally been at a point where it's like, bands like a Beatrix and a Kai and Esmeralda, like, you may not see those three heroes banned every single game, but if I do see them banned, I don't think it's a bad ban. And if I don't see them banned, I also don't think it's a bad idea to not ban them. I feel like the playing field is getting very wide, and it's evening out for a lot of heroes.
Yeah.
Speaking of like the playing field right now, we have a ton of very early engagements still left out on the field. We've got the Masha, the Franco, the Balmond, which we see that Balmond's going to be getting picked up here very early for them. So, I mean, are we going to be answering with some type of offense from the side of Ackerman? That early game, what do you call it? Invades. Yeah, Thamus is, I feel like NA as a whole right now, we've kind of, we didn't see Thamus too much yesterday or last week. That is a good counter in there. He does have that, I want to say, the potential to be able to take these objectives fast, but just not at the level that Belmont is able to. And then we do see Ackerman going ahead and scooping up that Claude and Lilia. They're definitely going to be able to kind of counter any type of huge sustain heroes by slowing them down. One with that Lilia with those bombs and everything. And then as we move well into the late game, Claude being able to pick up that Demon Hunter sword, and with that Blazing Duet, just kind of dive into the back lines. And be able to kind of dish out a ton of damage there. So we're going to see how well that the side of Team Sexy can adjust to that.
Well, it's looking like Nicolette. Okay, got a Lunix and a Franco, which is definitely, no strangers to being selected in any matchup that you see these days.
Yeah, definitely no stranger at all. I like the Lilia. Like, I think the Lilia kind of matches you. You wanted early game aggression private. I think the Lilia gives you that, and you also have, as we saw yesterday, great tower diving abilities, and Yato is just a monster on this Lilia, as we all know. But then I look over to the side of Team Sexy, and I mean, I remembered in ACT getting the interview with Nicolette and talking about how they really favor that early game push, that early game ability. And Lunox, normally a lot of us consider almost a late game hero, but you do have the ability to make some ambushes in the early game and do some heavy damage. And Nicolette shows how that is possible. And now with the Franco, I mean, I'm seeing some nice rotations, some possible invades, and now with Kush picking up this Fanny this early in the draft, we possibly will have some decent counters, or at least giving Ackerman enough time to find the counter to a private.
Yeah, interestingly enough, a Fanny into a Franco is not something I see too often, just because, I mean, I'm going to say this. Kush is very confident in his ability on this Fanny.
Yes.
By picking it into a Franco there. Especially Nicolette on this Linux, and she's been favoring this Linux in the past few months, especially to kind of chew down. She's got that brilliance ultimate, that light ultimate that can kind of negate a bunch of damage or diving from the enemy team, and then she'll be able to turn around with that darkening and just start annihilating them with damage. So I do like these picks so far. They're kind of playing different games here on what their strategies are, and as we move into the second banning phase, we do see the prototypical dealing with the Atlas there. It's still something that it's very strong in NA is that Atlas, whether you're going to be picking him up, whether you're going to be banning against him, whether you're going to be countering into him. He's become a very prime and high tier roam here in NA in the last few months.
Most definitely. I mean, so with the Thamus being banned, we're starting to limit out the XP laners on the side of Team Sexy, and now we do get that Chow ban, which is going to be a nice attack at Gal's Cutie, and I think that is that's something that you have to watch out for. And we wanted to see aggression from the side of Ackerman, and this is going to kind of limit that. It's going to limit any of that big set potential from the Chow, taking out the Atlas, and especially with the composition of what Team Sexy has right now, having this Ballman, this Franco, Nicolette. Right now they're looking kind of that classic pocket formation of what we've been seeing for some teams recently, and the Atlas is something that can be detrimental to that. So the question is, what tank do we see on the side of Ackerman here?
Oh, that is the actual question. There are still definitely good possibilities for tanks on the team right now to be picked, but who they're gonna go is always gonna be a question.
Yeah, it's interesting too, because then I'm kind of wondering, is this Masha going to be the roam, or is it going to be XP lane as well? I feel like they might be looking for something that's more of a SETI potential on the side of Ackerman, because you're going to want to kind of create that opening for Lord T to get in there from a flank on that Masha, or for Zia to get into the back lines for the Claude, because if you have nothing that's setting them, they're all just going to be able to kite backwards and kind of close ranks around any type of hero that tries to get into their back lines. And then on the side, I think we're toying with I don't really think that's going to be happening.
The Phobius might happen.
Yeah.
It might. I mean, the Fanny, the Claude, it's not a terrible pick. And they're gonna lock it in, and I know it's so niche, it's so cliche.
Yeah, it is
so
very...
but honestly, like to the facts of things, when it is picked correctly, it works. Like early game, it's a little rough, and against Hyam T is on the Masha right now, but my guess is this Masha is going to be a roamer, right?
Yeah.
Especially if they end up picking up this glue to go in the EXP lane against this Phobius. Like with no Thamus, with no Esmeralda, with no Dyroth, he should be able to just stand still over there. Like he's not going to get too pushed in on, especially going up against a glue if this gets locked in. Or Masha is going to be in the offlane. So against the Masha, he may have some trouble, right? But as long as he can play it safe, he should be able to make it to the mid and late game and be helpful in these team fights.
So here's the thing right now that I'm seeing here, and this is I always bring this up, is when we have a non-tanky roamer, is you're gonna need some type of front line to kind of protect your squishier heroes. We don't really have that here. However, what we do have on the side of Ackerman, instead of having that tankier composition to have like a front line and a back line, is we do have like this amazing mobility on this team right now with the of black boots on Lilia, Claude being able to teleport away, Fanny with her cables, and then of course all of that being supported by a speed boost by Rafaela. So I'm kind of liking their draft here. We're going to see how well it plays into each other as we are moving into game 1 of Team Sexy taking on Ackerman.
Oh, this is gonna be
definitely hyped up for it, right? And I think I think that Ackerman wants to be aggressive here, right? Like you just mentioned, high mobility, a lot of dive potential with Kush and this Lilia. I mean, we saw them up against Team First Blood last week, and they were just hammering it in, hammering it home, trying to end games fast and being very hyper aggressive. So I'm wondering if that's what they're going to try to bring to the table here, Frisky.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They have to, like, that hyper aggressiveness is something that you got to feel does come into play. I'm still very curious about this whole lineup that is seemingly is going to be speed versus who can make the perfect set. As you can see, we have already a high intense going on with Franco having to get out of that.
Yeah, they are already kind of trying to be a little bit more aggressive, getting pushed a little bit back. And speaking of that, we do see what we were talking about earlier is that pressure that Lord T is able to put on to this Phoveus, especially in the early game. It's going to be kind of a problem. And Sirius backing off from this trio of Ackerman that just started beelining for him, but wisely able to kind of stay out of there. And we're kind of just toying around, both teams kind of testing the water to see how aggressive they can be or how sloppy perhaps the other team is. And I think both of these teams kind of proving that they kind of are very sharp as we move into the 20 seconds before this turtle.
Oh yeah, and to see, like today, you see the Rafaela down there and is doing her job. Rome being able to speed boost. We already got a first blood. Oh, wow.
Kush goes a little too deep there, tries to get in, and that's a good start for Phoveus right there. That is a very good start for Phoveus.
Definitely. That's who you don't want already getting tanked, because once he start getting his items that he need, he'll be able to lock down Kush always. And since this can be something that could be a mental mind game now that he got the first kill on her.
Yeah, and we do see after that first hurdle, they are going to go ahead and dive into this. Kush actually might have to get out of the way, so this is going to refuse him his blue, which we all know already. It's like the basics 101 of playing against a Fanny. You take that blue away from her, she's going to have an energy problem. She's not going to be able to cable in as much as she wants to. So already, we're seeing the pressure being put onto Kush here with this Fanny.
And this is where that Ballman is going to come in clutch, right? Like, the rest of Team Sexy kind of favors the late game, at least in my opinion. Brody, mid-game, but the rest of the team more mid-late. But the Ballman is what's going to really kind of help aid them in these early stage, and especially the way Best Player is playing it right now.
Just some great synergy there as Shinra able to flicker in with that suppression, that bloody hunt there to go ahead and latch onto Zia, and there was nothing he could do. There's 4 members of Team Sexy there, and they collapsed in with like poetry in motion. That one was.
Yeah, and actually Rafaela got the kill on that too, and that would be, if anything, that would be the one person you would want on the opposing team getting that kill and getting that gold. You don't want that going to someone like high ETM or someone that can use that gold right off the bat.
Ooh, nice hook that does land onto Rafaela, but is able to get away. I guess more or less that wasn't really meant to kill or do anything more than to just let them know hooks are incoming for the rest of this game. So be aware.
Yeah.
And I mean, and first that Holy Baptism landed, right? And Shinra's there to help out. For a second, I was worried about Nicolette, but Shinra is there to help out. But once again, this blue buff is getting stolen away.
Oh, yeah, it was not able to get stolen away there as we continue on with this demonic force, and actually maybe a little bit of trouble here. We do see some slowing on more demonic force here. He's going pretty deep, and here comes the Holy Baptism, and it is going to be able to take out XP gap. What we do have a suppression onto Lord T here, but Nicolette able to get the kill onto Rafaela there. So it is a 3-3 game, but we have kind of opened up this turtle for the side of Team Sexy.
Oh wow, she tried to
Best
steal
player
it.
takes it. I mean, it's a good play by Best Player. The whole team's doing all right, and we are at a 3-3 right now. Goal lead is in the favor of Team Sexy right now, and they're doing a good job. Like, I was a little worried if they were going to be ready for the aggression that Ackerman might bring, but right now Ackerman seems to practically be on the back foot here, Frisky.
Oh yeah, and I'm saying, just looking at best player, his jungling, his line jungle it's amazing. He's going through everywhere and it's so
Ooh.
clean and precise. It looked like they're all about to dive again top lane. Yes.
Oh, we do see a fight here coming in as Sirius does get taken out. We do have that Brilliance getting activated, but 3 members here are closing in, and there is nowhere for Nicolette and the Franco to go as they are getting cleaned up by Ackerman here, and they're going to go ahead and take this first tower from Team Sexy.
Oh, and this is crazy because this goal is staying within like 1K goal going back and forth, and that's how you know that everyone are on their P's and Q's tonight for this game, and I just love to see it.
Most definitely.
Yeah,
Now, high MT right now, cutting this lane. I mean, and this is normally a spot where Area 77 would be bouncing in, and right now Ackerman doing the same as well. Right around that when that mid game starts, they kind of have a rough first 3 or 4 minutes. It's kind of been the story that's always been for them, but right when that snap comes for the mid game, they hit that spike, and they love to play heroes that hit that spike around that time, and they just start hammering it in. And it looks like they're losing a lot of times in the first start of the game, but then we get around here, and out of nowhere they are just dominating.
Yeah, and it kind of started out with Shinra kind of being a little too greedy. Oh, we do have a Blazing Duet that does go on to XP gap. He is down to about 10% health, but here comes Nicolette and the rest of Team Sexy, and they're going to go ahead and latch onto Rafaela, and there isn't really much that Ackerman can do. We are trying to put some damage onto Nicolette, who is going to go ahead and expend that flicker. Shinra is still taking the damage, and he is still going to be taken out here, but that does mean that best player is in a decent position, is going to go ahead and use that dash to get away. A great focus by the side of Ackerman there to kind of continue on that damage without taking another kill there and trying to even it out there. They're still continuing the pressure on here. Look at best player, the damage that he's taken right now, and Nicolette can't even teleport away safely right now. Up at the top, Lord T is just putting the boots to this tower. He's down to 1 health bar left, but he is going to be able to escape, and here is going to be the first turtle that Ackerman's going to be able to secure this game.
That is so good for them to be able to do that. They was able to apply pressure top and to get everyone away, because you saw them earlier setting up for that turtle. And then everyone just like, they got split away. They took that top tower. They had to go back, and then they just left Turtle for them free to get that gold, that experience, that added shield. All those small little things are going to help and keep that momentum in their favor.
Yeah, definitely the momentum is a big shift into the side of Ackerman right now. They turned a 3K deficit to a 3K lead. They've now taken a turtle, and they're hammering home on these towers. At this point, Team Sexy needs to figure out some way. Someone has to stay on T, right? They can't let this split pushing happening, but before that...
Ooh.
Yeah, we do see the engagement come in here. I think he was able to secure the blue, but best player gets taken out there. Demonic Force is activated, but a beautiful hook by Shinra is able to suppress and take out Kush. Another Demonic Force coming in, but that might be the expenditure of it as Zia is on the run right now. Black Boots has been activated, and a hook lands on. What a read by Shinra to grab him and snatch him right at the end of that. Black Boots there to kind of even out this playing field for this fight. It is now 6-9, only a 2K gold lead by Ackerman.
Oh, I mean, so they are coming back, right? We're seeing a little bit of a comeback, but wait a second. Sirius XP gap goes down. T able to steal that and walk away safely.
Yeah, and we are still putting.
Oh my God!
Might be in a little bit of trouble there. You see the holy baptism coming in there, but I'm not sure that's going to be able to protect this tower as it is on his last leg, and the rest of Ackerman is trying to teleport away. 6-10 right now, still a 2K gold lead, but it does look better for Team Sexy moving into the 9th minute.
Oh man, this is crazy. You know, we're not gonna be able to get a break because every time it settles down, someone is doing something crazy or getting picked. These hooks are amazing. Just seeing them pull these hooks off. Shinra has been almost about 100% tonight with them.
Yeah, and look at Ballman and Kush. I mean, look at Kush and Best Player right now. Tied up in the gold. Both of them, even though they've taken some deaths, they've done a good job at their pathing, a good job at their jungling. But the real people I think we need to focus in on right now is Claude and Brody, right? Claude is just about there, right? One more damage item, and he could be a major problem. But another hook from Shinra.
Oh my God, what a
Whoa.
beautiful set by the rest of the team there to kind of jump in there, but they are answered on Ackerman's side by Kush coming in there and getting the kill onto Nicolette, and Shinra pays for it as well. So they are able to take these hooks and reply to Team Sexy here as they are on the Lord here right now. It's still at about half health as they are trying to come in here. Not sure if this is the fight you want, because if you get the Lord, what else do you have
it's
here?
Balmont.
You're gonna be able to go in. Best player able to pick up the Lord as Kush and the rest of Team Ackerman are trying to disengage here. Hopefully, the rest of the team is on the side. Swooshes Zia, and he gets taken out there into the back line, and that is what you get with the mid to late game Phobius and these demonic forces that have him diving well into the back line.
Oh my God.
We do see that Lilia gets taken out there as well. On the flank, we have best player. We have a concealed play coming in. Hook lands onto Masha, and they are going deep onto Shinra right now. Who's trying to
How is
escape?
Shinra away?
He's not going to be able to get away from Masha, but this mid tower is getting taken out right now. This isn't even a Luminous Lord right now, so a great value coming from Team Sexy here. We do see the Blazing Duet by Zia coming in here right now, but this tower is not going to be able to take it, and that's going to probably be it for this Lord. But what a monumental value from this on the side of Team Sexy.
Now listen here. Listen here. Phobius, what?
Right, Phobius, what? Right, band picks what? Why not? Like,
clutch right now. And this is what I mean. Like, sometimes that pick is so like, but when it does, and I feel like Team Sexy picked it right here, right? You have a lot of targets, and honestly, there's no like Cho on the field. There's no like tank that you have to worry about you're gonna lock onto. There's literally the people that dash here are the ones he wants.
What?
He's making sure it counts, and Shinra as well. Almost every hook has been landing. There's been one hook now where he's done it, and he got killed for it, right? The rest of the team closed in on him. But so far, Shinra has been on fire, and at this point, Team Sexy is coming back. But overall, what a game we have had, back and forth, Frisky.
Yes, this is amazing. Just from it all started from that pick. You would think that they got the 2-kill lead, but then Ballman came, stole the Lord, and it just went off from there. You saw all these hooks, and every hook they capitalized on it, was able to get a killed, and if not more. And then you had Phobias going on top and just capitalized on people trying to escape. And it's like, it feels like people get into that fight or flight response, and they flee away using these abilities or skills, and they forget that there's a Phobias on the team.
Yeah.
Every time I see Shinra on a bush.
They are going to go ahead and engage here right now. Looks like they're kind of paddywhacking around here. They're trying to refuse this blue. They don't want Fanny to get it because this is going to set up for them right now. We do get a hook, but it's not on the right buff there. We do have demonic forces coming in as Kush is able to take down Franco Shinra, and now we see more demonic force into the back lane. Nicolette able to take down Masha, but it does look like XP Gap is going to have a little bit of trouble. Is getting picked off by Zia, and this is 3 members on the side of Team Sexy going down as best players trying to get away, getting slowed down. His dash is not going to be enough. They are taking him to Pound Town with no chance for an escape, as now they're going to turn their attention to this Lord. And unfortunately, I feel like they really, really kind of forced a fight there because they did not want Fanny to get that blue, and in that put themselves in a very uncomfortable situation there in that tight area by the blue buff.
Yeah, like,
man.
In hindsight, I don't think. Oh, but okay then. Those hooks, yeah, that's really good that it got that.
Shut down.
Always be ready. I don't care how good of a fight you just had. You have to be ready. This is not just any old team. This is Team Sexy that you're going up against. You need to be ready. Know that they are going to, as soon as they spawn, they're going to come running. They're going to know what you have in mind. And right there, we had Shinra right there to be able to take down Fanny with that suppression as they went, thought they were going to be able to steal a blue buff.
Yeah, that was just wrong place, wrong time. All that, like you said, suppression on him. Kush didn't have a chance to hit any buttons really before it was too late, and he was already dead.
Might have a little bit of action down here, and at this point, I think Team Sexy is playing. Hold on, I think Team Sexy is playing good. All right, never mind.
They land the hook, but onto a Masha, so that's not really what you want. The rest of the team is trying to close in as they see the abilities being expended. And there goes Kush, honing in onto Shinra's Franco and able to take him down. So now we have a 5v4 here. Oh, wait, actually, up at the top, we do see that Balmon, kind of a little bit of a base race. That's why Masha decided to go back home, saw this being pushed up at top, and Best Player doing a good job of split pushing while the rest of the team meeting here and being able to defend this tower with only 3 players. So a good job by the side of Team Sexy here to kind of split up the priority and know what they have to do while letting and allowing Best Player that room to kind of split push as well.
I feel like this has really been kind of a game of like who takes the engage first, like who jumps in first. Because earlier Team Sexy was doing so well, and I feel like it was because they were kind of waiting, letting Kush come in, getting him with that bloody hunt, things like that, right? But earlier when they tried to steal that blue buff and they were the aggressors, Kush was able to come in a little bit later into that team fight and make a huge difference, take Shinra out, right? So I think it's going to really come down to, you know, who makes the first play here and how they make it. Can Shinra make sure that bloody hunt lands on someone important? Because if he doesn't, it is going to look very bad in the middle parts of those team fights. If Kush can come in later or Zia can find the right angle into the back line, it is going to look very rough for Team Sexy. But the same goes for the opposite side. If Nicolette can come in or Shinra can land one of these hooks, especially as we creep into the late game, you know, it could spell GG's for the game.
Yeah, like I said, it's coming down on like those which ability hits first and who's get hits with that said ability. Because as we saw earlier, we did get a hook under tower, but that was on a Masha, and you're not going to get much done right there. But if that would have been anyone else literally on their team, they would have been dead. So it's all going to come down, look like a big fight over this Luminous Lord that we see both teams set up.
Yeah, they're setting up right now, but it does come down to communication as well. If you do have Shinra land a hook onto Masha, the rest of the team needs to recognize that and not expend all their abilities trying to take him down, because that is where they are failing here. And we do see that we are starting up on this Lord. They see an opening. Oh, they do land a hook. Is this going to be what they want? Is this going to be what?
Oh my
Lord
God.
going over to the side of Ackerman, and here comes a blazing duet onto the rest of Team Sexy. Nicolette goes down right now to Masha, and they are in a bad way as Best Player gets taken out as well. We have the demonic force still coming down here, but Sirius going down as well as Shinra. It is a 1v5 right now. This is not where you want to be as Team Sexy right now. They just lost the Lord. They are trying to get away, and it is going to be a 1v5 game as we have a Luminous Lord coming down to the bottom. And as we all know, Phoveus is not known for his defense ability.
Oh, man.
So we do have this Lord crashing in. Yeah, we do. They're latching on to Phoveus right now, who doesn't have that demonic force up right now. He's going to get taken out, and this is going to be a wrap for Team Sexy as this game goes over to Ackerman.
That was amazing. The back and forth that we just saw between these two teams is the action you see when you're watching the NAC. Like, that was so great. I was excited that whole time. I don't know about you guys.
Definitely a very, very hype game. Super excited about it. And it came down. I mean, first of all, the Raph took the Lord there. I think we both saw that. We're like, what? Raph, I mean, the timing on that, the fact that Ballman was still in the field, but just the overall presence. I think in the end there, what happened was Team Sexy just got a little too split up in that last team fight. They got a little too split up, and Kush was able to kind of weave and bob through that blue buff on Sexy side of the jungle and just pick off. First he takes out Nicolette, then Zia's on the on his own, and EXP Gap tries to come in at the last minute to help out Sirius, but it's just too late. Everyone else is falling on different sides of the map, and Team Ackerman pulls it together. I think they wanted a split up fight, right? They don't need to be all huddled together. If they can make Team Sexy disburse from each other, they have the advantage, and they made it count. Once they got that Lord, it was a clean sweep. The book was closed.
I want to see. I would love to see that that last fight again, because I feel like what happened there is Raphael was in the fray there, and as soon as that Lord came into that scope of like 6,000 damage or 6,000 health points left on there, that's when Raph decided to go ahead and use that holy baptism to throw it in there, which stunned Belmont from being able to do anything to be able to unleash that damage that he's known for, to be able to pick up those objectives. And then the rest of the team, including Raph, were able to just kind of peel away at the Lord. However, to me, it might have been a little bit more questionable to start the Lord at that point either. Because I mean, it's something that I see sometimes where like the Lord's up, so they just immediately, teams immediately go for it without actually, they're kind of like, you're basically flipping a coin there. If you have not secured kills, if you don't have either the jungler down, or at least like a 2 kills with waiting, or 2 people off the board for the enemy team, you're basically rolling the dice there if you don't have a plan when that engagement happens. They started the Lord, and you still had all of Team Ackerman there lying in wait, and they were ready. And so not only are you fighting Team Ackerman, but you're also fighting a Lord who's doing damage to you as well. And I feel like Team Ackerman probably in a little bit of a better position because they were spread out on the outside of that little Lord area, while the rest of Team Sexy was kind of inside that little Lord area. And once those pop-ups went up from the Lord, they were still taking that damage as well as competing with Ackerman.
Yeah, like you said, it was just a flip of the coin toss on that, because you got the Lord coming in from the stun, you got the Lord from Raph, the stun from Raph. He had so much going against him at that one time. No matter how much damage Ballman can be putting out, 10k plus, no matter what he can do with the red tree and everything, if it's just a flip of the coin and he gets stunned up at that last little second, you have Raph getting the Lord, which I'm still that's just ridiculous for me to think about. Raph took the last Lord in that and helped push that whole end game.
Yeah, I think Team Sexy just tried to make a play a little too fast. I think they were doing well when they were just taking things slow. Shinra was getting those hooks, just kind of making bushwork here and there, moving around, not trying to like make any game finishing plays. But when they went onto that Lord and moved in and thought this, because at that point it was like an all or nothing play, when I don't think it really had to be at that stage in the game. They could have more jocked with the Lord, played it kind of slow. But I think when you have that Ballman, right, like you have this feeling that you can just like, oh, let's start the Lord. I got this. And Private, I think you're exactly right. I think that Holy Baptism landed on Ballman as well, and just bought, and like it just stopped. It was able to make the stun because they were very grouped up in that Lord pit. Like there was like 4 or 5 people all sitting in that small circle, like waiting for the moment to happen, right? So, and then once the Lord did come, like the Lord goes down, Team Sexy just, I don't know, like they could have fallen back, maybe tried to save it, but they just weren't able to. Everyone kind of maybe I think at that point you're like, man, we lost the Lord and everything's going on and so on and so forth. Ackerman takes the game. Let's not waste any more time though. Let's see. So the question is, right, Team Sexy did do well that game.
Yes.
I think they could. I don't think it's out of realm for them to take game 2 here, like come back, maybe take to game 2. I still don't feel like this is just a guaranteed clean sweep for Ackerman.
Oh, definitely no. With that team, we saw the back and forth we just saw. I don't think anyone in chat, anyone watching this can think this is just going to be a clean sweep, because it was so indecisive with almost seemingly every other fight. It was going into someone else's favor, be it Team Sexy's or not. And I don't think this should deter Team Sexy. I think they should stick to their guns, work on communication a tad bit more. Because, like I said, that end fight from the last game, there were someone way up top. It was just people kind of spread out. It only seemed like there was only a couple of them in that pit where you had a full team of Ackerman in there, which allowed them to get that Lord. So I hope they don't let this get to them, and they can just, maybe adjust just a few things and stay in this fight.
And now we are jumping into the draft here. So it's going to be Ackerman up against Team Sexy once again. Ackerman will have first ban, first pick. We are seeing a few different things. The Eve getting banned out this time. The Julian still banned from the side of Ackerman. It seems like it's something they just don't want to deal with private.
Yeah, one thing I want to say too is that on the side of Team Sexy, both comps were very well played together. It just, I feel like maybe a few more mistakes came out of Team Sexy for the comp, especially when it comes to, like we were talking about the hooks that Franco was landing almost all of his hooks. However, were the targets what you wanted to land on? And that's where it comes into play. If you pull in a Masha, there needs to be that communication of like, no, it's a Masha, like let her go. Like
Yeah.
just because you're just gonna expend so much time sitting there trying to DPS her down, and you have the entire team, the enemy team, Ackerman, waiting for the right moment. As soon as all these stuns come out, as soon as all these abilities come out, that's when they're gonna come in and pounce. And I think that was kind of that kind of paved the way for them to kind of negate this Franco. They were all grouped up, and you have Masha or Rafaela in the front there, kind of waiting and baiting out that hook. Because as when the hook landed, the entire team did what they were supposed to. They latched onto whoever was hooked. They were right there, one after the other. However, there needs to be that extra step of if I land the wrong target, we need to have an out for that as well. Interestingly enough, we do see Ackerman picking up a Kai, and on the it has been picked, right? The Diggy has been picked. So a good counter for that Akai there. Definitely want to see how Shinra can pull this out as well, because I think this is probably the first time I've seen him play Diggy as well.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what Shinra's Diggy can bring to this, if they will build a Diggy more of a mage burst, or if they will use it more of the just utility side of being able to support your team and using it for vision and things of that nature. Because Diggy is, to me, a toss-up of being either really good or really bad, but it all depends on how they're being played. But with we knowing this in the hands of Shinra, I can only imagine what he can do with Diggy this game.
Listen, man, I like the Diggy, and especially against the Akai. Honestly, I'm slowly becoming a fan of Diggy, even like outside of his, like, I think he's edging his way back out of like being a niche pick to only counter. He's becoming more and more popular, not only here but all over right now. Like, a lot of ex-support players are picking him up. People who used to play things like Estes and things like that, like, they're using this Diggy, and they're using it very well. Not only that, but with so much focus coming onto the gold lane recently, he does so well down there. If Diggy wants to go down in the gold lane, like right here, help out Sirius, that reverse time, that second skill, can be a game changer, can secure a kill against the enemy gold laner. And like, it works so well, not only to counter the Akai, but also just in other spots around the map.
Well, yeah, and it's honestly, it's one of those abilities, the ability that reverse time, where it kind of rubber bands the opponent back into a spot. It works just like Faramis's Shadow Stampede, where he goes into that phantom mode and is able to kind of pull you back into them. It's just so great for ganks, and especially in the gold lane, where heroes don't really have this huge pool of health to contend with a lot of ganking potential there. Right now, we are moving into the second round of the banning phase here. We do see Phobius getting taken off the map by the side of Team Sexy here, which is interesting. I guess maybe because they don't want the counter for the Benedetta being out there. It just I haven't seen it played often enough to think it warranted a ban. And then we see that respect ban for Nicolette coming out as Linux gets taken off the table.
Oh yeah, like I said, definitely a respect ban, because they know that Linux was doing major damage, especially when it was paired with that Franco last game. So I just think, and that's just kind of a compliment, like, you know, hey, we're gonna take your best mage out of the game for right now. And but we all know Nicolette has almost any mage in Nicolette's hand is going to be dangerous. So I just think that just frees up the ability for someone else that they might not be as comfortable with playing against, at least in their hands. I think they're just going to free up some space to more unpredictability, I should say.
Yeah, so let's break down what we got here, right? So on the side of Ackerman, I feel like those first three picks, very well-rounded, and I love it when teams do this. You pick up your gold laner immediately, you pick up your mage, and you pick up a jungler, tank, off laner, but you cover three solid bases, right? You cover some distance, you cover your front line, and on the side of Team Sexy, you kind of see a similar, but with this Benedetta jungle, which it could be a swap to the XP lane. Paquito could end up being in the jungle. Best player, I have seen him on the Paquito. I have not seen him on the Benedetta, I don't think yet. This is kind of a new thing for me if they decide to have that be the jungler. Now, Benedetta's been creeping her way, poking the head more and more and more, especially recently, last week. Yesterday, we saw her like, what, 3 or 4 times, whether she be jungler, EXP, whatever. But, so I'm seeing a little bit, like, when I look at the side of Ackerman, I mean, it looks good. It looks just very well-rounded front-to-back composition. You have some nice dive potential, but you also have some nice damage from the back line with that Beatrix.
Yeah, the only thing is, like we said, it depends on how well you can play that Beatrix into these situations. I don't really have any question about best player playing it, but sometimes it's not just about how well you can play it, but when you choose your battles. We saw yesterday Beatrix not really able to join into a lot of the team fights, waiting it out to be able to kind of come in towards the end and kind of pick off those heroes that were low. So, I mean, not exactly, I don't want to say the greatest team fight potential coming out of it sometimes, but we do see Sicilian getting picked up as a last pick for the side of Team Sexy here, and yeah, we're gonna be seeing how well these kind of clash into each other. I do feel like we're kind of leaning, with the exception of Paquito, I think we're kind of leaning into the late game, mid to late game, a little bit more heavily than I'm used to seeing from Team Sexy here. So they're definitely trying to adjust their kind of composition a bit in their play style a bit, but I'm a little happy now because I get to see Poe.
Yeah,
Poe up in there and the guy.
Very
Look
true.
at
We will
that
get to see
cape.
Poe in this game. Now, this could be the final game of the series, or Team Sexy could pull it off and bring us to game 3. But if you're just coming in, this is the North American Squad League. Team Sexy going up against Team Ackerman. Frisky, how you feeling about this?
Oh man, I'm still feeling good, especially because we just don't normally see this here in A. Like I said, seeing a Diggy, you got so much potential to see some interesting plays happen out of this team, out of this game. And from last game, we just know it's going to be a brawl out from the get-go.
Most definitely. And
Yeah.
I like that Sicilian pick, right? Like, the Sicilian comes in, and yes, they are kind of onto this late game, but I do think the Sicilian can work against the Akai, right? Like, you have a nice range. If the heavy spins comes out, you use the Bat's Feast, you position yourself. So with the composition that Ackerman has brought, I felt like that was kind of a good answer. Now, is it going to be helpful in these early stages? Maybe not a lot, but as we creep into the mid and late game, it could be the game changer.
Well, I like the synergy coming from Team Sexy and the potential for what these wombo combos can be. Because one of the abilities you didn't mention was the Sanguine Claws. You can group them, the enemy team, Ackerman, all together, and then you'll be able to do some damage with a Paquito in there, with Sirius on that Blazing Duet, and then you have an out with Shinra or an engagement tool. So we're going to see how well it goes into it, because we cannot count Ackerman out. They have been so dominant so far in the last week and this week with that. Well, I wouldn't say super dominant in that last game, but they were able to hold their own, had a game plan, and able to execute it perfectly to round out to a victory in the last game.
It looked like they're getting an early little touch on each other. Nothing too intense right now. Still playing the field. No one's fully committing yet, but yeah, it looked like they're going to back away. And you see Kai just going to maybe focus and get that turtle while they get their other jungle.
Yeah, interestingly enough, he has started on the turtle, but down at the bottom, Paquito is getting the gold off of this tower. The rest of Ackerman doing a great job of zoning away Team Sexy for that turtle. So not really much that they can do to kind of contest that. Even Paquito really not doing, wasn't able to make much happen from it, as he was able to get some type of gold off of this, off the tower. And here comes Ackerman again on this Uranus, who is just known to be cutting into the back lane. We do have a reverse time here with a Blazing Duet onto Zia. Is this going to be enough to take him down? It is not. And down goes Shinra. First blood going over to Team Ackerman here, as best player trying to back off away from here. Nicolette on the side there misses with the Sanguine Claws, trying to put some damage on. Oh, wow. And right now, it looks like
the disrespect.
And
Be next.
happens.
And on
now
double kill?
we have have Lilia in a little bit of trouble. It's
Oh.
going to get picked up with an auto attack, but here comes the reverse time has been put onto him, and he
Triple?
might be in a little bit of trouble too himself.
Triple?
Oh, but a bait! Here comes the heavy spin. Nicolette is running, is so thirsty for that kill, but is not going to be able to get it. It might actually pay for it, but here comes the rest of Team Sexy to support that deep dive, as Nicolette's going to have a decent time being able to get away now. So what a great play and presence of mind, and on top comes Team Sexy there for that engagement.
Listen, it all started when Zia missed that sniper shot. Sirius is sitting still under the tower. Zia could have probably taken him out. He's recalling, and I don't know if it's nerves, what happened, but Zia misses him by like a hair. And at that point, I'm like, what's going on here? And then you just have Nicolette rotate up and just starts picking people off. And we're only at like 3.5 minutes, right? So with 2 kills under Nicolette's belt right now, we're turning this mid to late game hero into something that could pop off much sooner than they even planned for. So this is a wonderful start for the side of Team Sexy. Gold is still at a draw, but I still feel like it looks good for Team Sexy overall. But hold on a second, what is this?
Yeah, it looks like Lord T is made himself. He's claimed this land as his own right now. It's no longer Team Sexy's core. That is his. We do see right now that Matilda is trying to zone out the rest of the team, is taking a decent amount of damage. We have 4 members of Ackerman, and Turtle has been reset. So now the rest of Team Sexy is here to kind of support this push right now. Are they going to be able to get a push? Able. His Retri Fu is definitely stronger than Team Sexy right now, as he's able to pick up that Turtle.
Yeah, that was nice.
And they are going to go ahead and reorganize on the map, while still inside the enemy base. We have Uranus, wild Uranus, just chilling inside the base around the jungle.
This is the Uranus in his natural habitat right now,
Yeah.
the enemy base.
And that. But I think that
So,
worked
I
out in
mean-
their favor, though. I mean, you got Uranus getting that gold, you know, cutting off 2 lanes of having minions coming down and to press against the enemy tower. So I think, and they got Turtle because of that too during all of that. So as weird as that is, Uranus is.
No, that's a wonderful play. That works so well in their favor. You cut the lane, you cut both lanes. And now T is just able to really be even more bothersome. They need to do something about him soon, or it's going to cause a lot of map control on this bot to middle side.
Well, and that's what it's doing, is once you cut the lane like that, not only are you putting pressure onto that bottom tower, but you're going to be able to allow Uranus to get to these team fights before you as well, which is going to start being worse and worse as we move later and later into this game. We do see a 3-on-1 right here. Matilda does get hit with that reverse time. Is going to be able to get away. Oh, we do have
nice.
a final shot that does go out there. Does not connect entirely, and now we have a 3v3. Nicolette is coming up here onto the backside. Reverse time lands onto Kush, but he's able to get away with the help of Matilda.
Man, they need to do something about this Uranus right now. They need to, like, and I get it, like, they're sending Paquito, like, okay, you go lane cut too, right? But the thing is Paquito can't go in the base and lane cut, right? Like, he can't do what a Uranus does. So, like, I think at this point, Paquito might just need to go back and stay, like, you need to glue someone to that Uranus at this point. Like, you need to, because we're now seeing minions chipping away at that middle tower. We're seeing things like that happen, and now Lord T is almost caught off. Can they get the finish here?
Oh, is he gonna get that? Is he
Lord
gonna
T
get out?
is gonna go ahead and
Whoa!
pop that sprint. He's gonna be able to get away. We have the machine gun going out. Benedict gets caught and taken out by Zia, as we are at a halfway point for this turtle right now. The rest of Team Sexy here trying to contest it. Kush still picks up the turtle, and look at that latch on to XP gap, as he's gonna be. Oh, look at the damage. He is gonna be able to get away there, as Nicolette is gonna try to clear up this lane, but he has 3 members of Ackerman trying to come for him right now. And just, it's such a great job that you were talking about. He's not only getting the bottom lane, when he's inside the base like that, Uranus, he's able to cut off two lanes and creates an immense amount of pressure for both the mid and bottom lane, especially once we get into these. Look at all these cutting right now.
Yeah,
this is just like a school for macro gameplay being put on by Ackerman right now. Shinra in a little bit of trouble, is going to have to disengage here. They have created a little bit of a gap in between their team right now, as Lord T is surrounded. Reverse time does latch onto him. I'm not sure that they're going to be able to pick up the kill, because now we have 4 members of Ackerman here. In comes Benedetta. We have a brawl going on right now. The rest of Team Sexy able to get away back to safety. But man, they are still. Oh, Shinra does get yanked in there. Is going to get taken out as Ackerman dives into that tower. And right now, Lord T is almost unstoppable.
This is
very, very unstoppable, and there's nothing they can do about it now. And this is once again, what did I say last game? 6-7 minutes. Ackerman comes online. They were looking a little rough there for a second, but now they are here to play, and they found their moment.
Ooh, we do have that heavy spin, that beat that brings best player well deep into enemy territory. Is going to go ahead and use that ultimate to get away.
Wow,
Nicholas getting taken care of at the bottom. XP gap gets taken down as well. And one thing that we weren't talking about as Uranus was in there taking up all this, he was also getting fed 2 lanes worth of gold. So right now he's basically like 1 to 2K over everybody else on the team right now. So like you're gonna have a rough time trying to take him down, and there's gonna need to be some type of answer, as he is just becoming debilitating. He's in the jungle. You really can't stop him. And right now we do see the engagement as both teams are reset with this first Lord on the map.
Yeah, I think you said it right there. He was fed 2 CS, where he was fed 2 lanes worth of gold, and now he has that gap, and he can go and apply pressure to any and every lane and get out scot-free without worrying about anyone.
What?
What
was
still?
that? I don't understand why they started that and did not try to secure it. And this is like one of those taking Lord 101. Always assume that an enemy is coming, and Benedetta had well more than enough time to come in, use that ultimate, and still get the retry off to steal this turtle. And at the very least, this is going to provide Team Sexy with a little bit of breathing room. And now we start seeing that they are starting to try to pick up these kills, putting a lot of pressure onto this mid lane, while Uranus is up at the top trying to solo it out. We have a Blazing Duet deep into enemy lines. He is going to get popped up by Kush, but this tower is still going to go down, and there's not much that the side of Ackerman can do to stop it. And they need to keep safe, and keep their game plan together, as they do have that Lord crashing in at the bottom. They might be able to pick up another one. Still a great value for this non-luminous Lord. Matilda is not going to be able to stop it. We do see that Diggy Pound coming in there. Are they going to force this fight? As we do have Lord T here right now, deep inside the lanes here. We have an engagement here. Best player trying to disengage. Lord T in the background, trying to take people down, is going to get bamboozled there, but Sirius is going to get that kill picked up on him.
Who do we follow? Who do we follow?
Right?
Yeah, I don't know if
Uranus is still chasing.
We do see Matilda does land on with that circling eagle, but best player and XP gap are going to be able to try to get away. I spoke too soon. Best player might be in a little bit of trouble. That time journey saved his life. What a beautiful ult by Diggy. That patience that he had to wait to use that to try to help the escape of XP gap to kind of get out of harm's way.
So this is what I mean when I talk about Team Sexy, is when the moment comes, best player, Nicolette, they can pull it together, right? But wait a second, Zia will go down. A nice pick from Shinra there. Mid lane is getting pushed in by HiMT, but the point is best player saves the day with that Lord Steal, right? And they get a little shaky sometimes, but then there's just those moments where Team Sexy, let's get cheesy, wins your heart, Frisky.
Yeah, they definitely do, because everyone in the chat, everywhere else, they were like, oh man, it's over. And then you see this amazing Lord Steal followed up by 3 tower takes, and it's just like, what happened? That goal lead that they had literally went away within 30 seconds. All because of this one amazing steal. And now they're right back in this game, and I think that was just what they needed. And I think this is why the people love Team Sexy, because they do things like this and just get you more invested in the game.
Oh, Lord T is going to go ahead and have to activate that consecration to get that health back. I'm not sure they're going to be able to take him down.
Oh my God!
To get the kill onto Gap, and the rest of the team is coming in here. Nicolette's going to have to disengage with the rest of Team Sexy, but there is pressure onto this bottom lane. Here comes the Blazing Duet into the back line, but he quickly gets popped up by Kush, and a great read by the side of Ackerman here too, waiting for that Blazing Duet to come in and then popping him up immediately to stop off all all of that damage that Claude can do. Best player going in does run into a bush camp and is going to have to disengage, so that blue buff no longer belongs to him.
I
That
think
is disgusting.
This is all because of that early game Uranus, because now Uranus is out of control, 2v1 people, under towers, everything else, and it just all came back to hunt them while now they're engaging on the Luminous Lord.
Yeah, they're starting on the Lord. It's only about 10% left. The Blazing Duet is here in the back line. Kush able to pick up the Lord, but what do you do here? Are you going to disengage, or are you going to try to fight this out?
Serious?
Now, Sirius is still here. He's going to take down Matilda. More damage coming on as the rest of Ackerman able to pick up the kill onto Sirius, so it is a 1-1 exchange, but now Ackerman have a Luminous Lord that is going to be able to help them, and right now they're trying to line up these lanes for another solid push into the core.
So you have to be really careful where you place that battle mirror image, right? Because like it looked really good for Sirius for a second there, but Kush just walked over to where he knew he was going to flicker back and was ready to pin him to that wall. But the Lord is coming now. Can they end this here?
Oh.
Yeah, they're going to try. They're not actually able to pick up much with the Lord right now. They're actually putting a lot of damage onto it really quickly. It looks like this bottom tower is actually going to be able to survive. But right now, the other lanes right now, they do have a great amount of clear. There goes the mid tower. We are left to only inhibitors now for the side of Team Sexy. And this is all going to kind of be on the shoulders of Nicolette in that back lane and the rest of Team Sexy to kind of keep that front line, because Nicolette is coming online, does have the items that she needs to be able to do the damage. It's just, can we group up Ackerman to be able to put this damage onto them?
Yeah, I think Nicolette probably just need a couple more magic pin items though, because I'm sorry, Uranus and that tanky team is just really healthy right now, and it's almost like no damage hurts them, but if it does, they get all that health right back within disengaging, and it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, luckily though, as you mentioned, Private, like Nicolette could be the saving grace here. We do know that from earlier team fights, even when Team Sexy is at a bit of a deficit, they have the ability to possibly make a game change. And this could be it.
No, it doesn't look like they're going to be able to capitalize on it. They landed a beautiful Sanguine Claws from that Sicilian. Here goes another reverse time that does half Lord T, but he's just going to get that health back right now. And this is coming to target choice. We need to understand who we're going to be looking for in these engagements and who we want to put this damage onto, because we're kind of wasting it on Uranus, who is basically trying to bait out these abilities so that the rest of his team can come in and put the damage onto this tower right now. Looks like they are wise to it. They are trying to take down these minions here. But they are kind of stuck turtling, being forced to turtle into these lanes right now. I mean, Lord T is basically just that. I was gonna say he's like bothersome, like a gnat, but I mean, gnats don't take damage like that.
Right?
he's bothersome like a rhino buzzing around you, I guess.
Right?
We do see that the rest of the team is coming in here to try to defend and pick up this red. They are able to secure it, but now they're gonna have to reset, kind of waiting for a mistake from Ackerman.
Yeah, right now, T is definitely the immovable object, and they do not have the unstoppable force to put him down at all. I mean, maybe Nicolette can get to that point. I think at this point, if Team Sexy can keep pushing in, they could do something, but Immigrant may have trouble here.
Yeah, Lilia is trying to disengage, but they are trying to force them away while this Lord is going to get picked up by Zia, and now they might be in a bad spot here as they are trying to disengage. Time Journey does come out, trying to help the team to run away. Down goes Shinra, so this is now a 4v5 game with the Luminous Lord coming on the way. A little health left on this tower, and they are going to be able to take it down. There goes Nicolette, and that is the biggest part of their damage that would be able to defend here. So this is not where you want to be. Still 30 seconds left till Nicolette can get back on the board, and that is a huge chunk of your defense and your clearing ability in these lanes gone.
Yeah, and with Lord coming, this could be a 2-0 sweep for Ackerman, and it's something that they need, but this is also something that Team Sexy needs so bad to be able to take a win here if they want to make it to the playoffs. This could be the end for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, We see best player has split off in to try to take up this Lord. The rest of Ackerman able to take up the top inhibitor. There is only one inhibitor left. Sirius does go down at the hands of Zia with that sniper shot. Nicolette is back on the board. Is she going to be able to put some damage on to protect this core? The XP lane goes down now as well. Core is at half health, and it is getting taken down. This looks like it might be game 2 for Ackerman yet.
What?
No power lock? I think, are they waiting?
T's damage is too
The
low.
it was
Yeah, this one.
They're just messing around. This is a beautiful game 2 for Ackerman, and they have hit the ground running with this week and last week with how hard they have come in to these 2 series. What a dominating performance, especially for that second game from Team Ackerman.
Yeah, a very, very dominating performance at that, Frisky.
No, yeah, I'm just amazed by. I was about to say there's more like a Team T there in that game because he literally from about that midpoint, and I say mid, it was probably about 3-4 minutes in where he started going back in their base and claiming it at his own. And just look at the gold lead he has on the compared to the enemy team, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's definitely insane. I mean, that was the death of them. T, from the very beginning, the moment he started being able to cut that lane like that in the first few minutes, around like minute 4 or 5, we just slowly started seeing the map control crumble on the side of Team Sexy. And though Team Sexy brought that aggression, that is something that it seems like is their weakness a little bit. Kind of that map control overall, just not able to always keep up. And though they can like bring an amazing early game in their team fight mechanics and best players' ability to get down and gritty with those Lord steals and things of that nature, like they have that. But Ackerman just completely beat them in the overall map control, and it's what brought this game in. And hi, I'm T, 3-0 and 8. The man, I remember checking gold at one point, and he was like 10K.
Yeah.
And for the EXP laner to be out golding everyone on the field is normally just unheard of. But that is because in those, for like a minute or two, he was getting 2 lanes worth of gold for a solid like 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, nobody.
Well, here's the thing that really opened this up for T as well. If you think about it too, even this kind of late game composition that came from Team Sexy here, even when they were a 5v4 trying to take these objectives, they still were not able to secure these objectives over Ackerman. So they weren't even able to punish them for not having T in those fights. Had T been in those fights, I think those fights might have been over even quicker with him kind of joining them. Because like I said, Ackerman was still able to handle a 4v5. That's what opened Lord T being able to kind of dive into the base, because the entire team was taken up trying to get and losing these objectives. But that comes down to the composition, and it's something that Ackerman very smartly was able to abuse here. They saw the opening there. They knew that Team Sexy would not be able to hold them off in the early game, so they were able to kind of keep the whole team in one place while Lord T was in the background getting fed, taking 2 lanes, not just 1 lane, 2 lane. That's about the best or the farthest I've seen a Uranus into the base, taking 2 lanes worth of minions in there, and just, I mean, I feel like a great read by the side of Ackerman to kind of pick up on that and then execute it so well.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was just like I said, we saw him just standing there, and it was a little bit later in there we saw that EXP Gap then try to do the same thing in a sense, try to cut off a lane, but by that moment it was already too late, and you could say the gap between him and EXP Gap was already too far. He was already ahead of him by so much, and it was no matter what he could do at that moment, he couldn't stop him. And I think if they would have communicated or acted a little bit quicker and say, hey, we have Uranus literally sitting in our lane, go back and stop him. But it didn't seem like no one did that. I don't know if there was just a miscommunication or they figured, hey, maybe we could capitalize on this 4v5 fights. But like you said, and we saw earlier, that even during those 4v5, they were kind of struggling, and still it was like almost a 5v5. It was like no difference with him being gone. And once he did get added to the equation of the team fights, we saw he was just a menace to every lane.
Yeah, so with that win, Ackerman gets a solid 3 points, right? They jump up to tie the Simpsons for second place. And still to this day, no one has been able to take out the Valley. And with only 3 weeks left, the tension is on, right? This is going to be the only series tonight for anyone just jumping in. We appreciate everyone who watched it. New Wave did reach out to us. I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream. I'll mention it again for anyone just coming in. They forfeited their match up against Deuce Knights, right? So, and we have already tallied this up on the board. So Deuce Knights now sitting in the number 6 position with 9 points. New Wave not sitting in playoff position with only 8 points, right? So right now, the spots that really look up for grabs are Team First Blood spots, Deuce Knights spots, and maybe even Insomniac spots. And I was looking over the future games of the next 3 weeks, and like Team Sexy has some decent, like they're going up against Vec Fantasy, they're going against Ethereal, they're going up against teams that a lot of other people consider could be easy points for them. So I wouldn't count them completely out just yet. If they can pull off some sweeps over the next 3 weeks, they could jump up to 13, 14, 15 points still and secure themselves a spot. It's really going to depend on how First Blood does, how Deuce Knights do, how Insomniacs do in the rest of these final weeks to see if Team Sexy, to see if New Wave can secure a spot in the playoffs. And this is when you need to start pulling in wins. This is when you can't be trolling. You can't be messing around. You have to do something if you want to make it to the finals of this season.
Very true. And it could be anybody's game. I mean, one of the big surprises for me right now has been the Valley's a pure dominance right now. They've been the most consistent throughout the season. They did add, like I said, they have shaken things up, adding Hoon and Basic. Hoon and Shark to the roster now alongside Basic, and which has kind of made them even more stronger. Some of the teams that we saw, I mean, maybe we're seeing a little bit of weariness from these last few months of competition. They're starting to try to change things up, trying to get things organized for their team. Which is kind of fluctuating them on the standings right now. But I mean, it's still anybody's game right now. I know Vec Fantasy and Ethereal had a rough go of it so far, but both teams starting to look stronger. Like I said, this week already, Vec Fantasy main able to pick up a win off of very hard and stiff competitors. Ethereal able to pick up their first series win. So you can't count anybody out yet. And I'm excited to see what the next few weeks can hold in store for these teams.
Definitely. Like I said, I just think this is, without anything said and done, this whole thing is highlighting the Valley and letting people know who the Valley is. And you're going to start seeing people say, throwing the Valley's name up there possibly with the BTKs representing NA or anything of that sense. It's like, there's other teams there. It's like people are seeing there's other teams now. And it's like you said, this a dominant performance the Valley has been putting down on past favorites, new favorites, and things like that. And they have been able to stick there and hold up the top. So I'm excited to see what they, like I said, at the end game, seeing what this could be, what the possibilities of this after everything is said and done. But through all, I just think this has highlighted new teams, some growing pains, but I think a lot more people have been brought into the know on all these amazing teams that are here, that hopefully stay here and continue to grow and shape up and form themselves to be more cohesive units and learn from the mistakes. And hopefully no one take this too heavy-handedly and the wins and the losses and things like that. I just want everybody to know that these are learnings. These are learned experiences that they can take and use to grow to be better for next time or for next game just in general.
I mean, for me personally, now that we have all these teams that we know are going to be going for qualifiers, I'm laying it down. I'm picking a fan base right now. I'm going for Team First Blood, man. That's
yeah.
And if any one of these top teams here that have been playing in this league for the past 3 seasons make it to M4, I will be ecstatic. But if I have to pick a team who I'm cheering on, the casters all got a favorite team. Mirko loves RRQ. people got to pick a team. You said it before. You like Cowboys. I don't know why, but you do for some reason. I'm going with Team First Blood right now. I got a feeling they could become the team this year. That's who I'm watching closely.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. No, we've seen from the first get-go that First Blood shot out the gate in the beginning was doing amazing and playing amazing games, and we saw just the unity and the just how they melded together and was able to adapt to different situations, have a deep roster pool between all of them. And like I said, if First Blood, I will not be mad if First Blood was the one representing, and I would, if they make it there, I would hold my head high and go with First Blood as well.
Private, who's your bandwagon? Let me hear it. Give me something.
I'm not going to choose a bandwagon. I have been hurt before.
He wants to pick the Valley.
Yeah, he do. Yes, he do. Look at him.
The problem is, no, not the Valley, because that spurns some of where I've been hurt before, because Hoon, I have been a fan of Hoon before, and unfortunately, I think when I first came in, there was another game I was playing, Hoon was on, and then he joined Mobile Legends. When I first came into Mobile Legends, Hoon was on Team Gosu, and they made it to M4 or M1 qualifiers at the time, and Hoon wasn't able to go. I honestly am at the point where I would love to see the rosters and how we're doing before I get a bandwagon. I've been so hurt.
Hey man,
before
I might completely switch when the qualifiers come. I might completely switch. If I start seeing some rosters that just look crazy
at the end of the day,
First Blood, I'm gone.
Like, who is
we'll
that?
definitely do some predictions when the qualifiers do drop, and then you'll see the real guesses.
I think it actually that kind of actually brings up a fair point for some of these teams, and what we have seen, while they don't do great in the squad league sometimes, Team Sexy, Team First Blood, those are two teams that are always super surprising when it comes to
second and third place,
those big matches, because of roster changes that they always go through, because they know how to handle it. They know they've been dealing with it all season long, with one person comes in, one person comes out. They've got it down to an art form of how they need to get these peoples and these teams ready for these games. Like, they already know, like I feel like they already have like their own PowerPoint slides now. Like, all right, so we've got the new roster changes for the
welcome to Wendy's. You're gonna watch this little intro video now.
So you've joined Team Sexy. What to expect?
Oh God, I love it.
So it's going to be interesting, because these teams do know how to juggle around their rosters and still play at a professional level. I think I talked about this before with Team First Blood, Prophecy, and all of them. Prophecy was able to pick up a brand new role, and in 2 weeks play Maid's role at a level that was able to contend with Team Sexy, with Team New Wave. So it's amazing to see how, and I think that's one of the things that NA has over is their flexibility to be able to get in with roster changes and still have a very decisive team moving into like finals and grand finals.
We just need to drop the podcast already, man.
We do. We really do.
The NA podcast.
So we can
just need to do it already.
Yeah.
So we can just talk. We all love to do it. But yeah, let's get back to the caster's desk. We'll save some more for next week. That is going to be it tonight, guys. Thank you, everyone who tuned in. We've been building up this season. We're getting closer and closer to the end, and then we have qualifiers right around the corner. If you haven't already, I'm going to say it one last time. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, leave a comment in the chat, and let us know what teams you want to see go to M4, what teams you think are going to win out in this season. Thank you, everyone. You can also join the Discord. It is in a link in the description if you want to get all the news as fast as possible to what is happening in NA and just be part of the community. Your favorite teams, your favorite players, your favorite casters are in there regularly. We hang out. We're not stingy. We talk. We debate. We do things like that. So make sure you join. Also, we are running a GoFundMe just like Season 2. we are running one for season 3. So if you want to donate to the league, help get this prize pool at an even larger number, help support N8 teams, then feel free to do that. You can leave your name in there. We have a special titles in the Discord for people who donate that way. Or if you just want to help through the channel, feel free to become a member, whatever. All that good stuff. And don't forget to check out Frisky, Private Dancer. You can type ! Casters in the chat to follow them. Private streams on Twitch. Frisky, I don't know where you stream anymore. I know you're a busy guy nowadays. Frisky's all over the place. Just type in ! Casters. Follow him on Twitter, Instagram. Luckily his handle, I'm pretty sure, is like the same on all the different
Frisky 2 times, baby.
Right? So it's easy. Frisky 2 times, man. Just look him up. Great guy. Thank you guys so much. Any last words from you, Frisky?
Oh, man, I'm just glad to be back, like I said, because this is my first time back from the break, and it's just so good, like I said, to sit at the desk with everyone, talk NASL, and to be back and watching great games, and to see the enthusiasm in the community, to see how the viewership has grown and the numbers have grown, and I'm just glad everyone is still here that came back from everything, and I hope you guys stay with us and continue to grow with us as we keep going forward week by week.
Private?
It's the same thing. I'm really excited about what we have here for these teams, but we're going to see you guys again next week. Same NASL time, same NASL channel. And that's it for me. I hope everybody has a great weekend.
Yeah, we will see you guys next Saturday and Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern in the next draft. Until then, have a good night, guys. And we're off.
What was that message about? Was I talking too long?
I think, well, I mean, we all do it, but yeah, Private. You were hogging the mic a little bit.
No, I know, but I honestly didn't mind because I was getting back in the groove.
Yesterday, you were, and Frisky was passing, like, he would, like, say, like, one sentence and pass it. And it's like, bro, hold the mic a bit longer.
No, yeah, I was like, because I literally was literally going brain dead.
A little bit.
Yeah, so I was like, I needed to, like, getting the rust off, and I just knew Private was there ready. I was like, Private got this.
I would just like us. So, like, I've been listening to a lot of other casters, or I've been listening to LCS is going on right now, MPL is going on right now, and I would like us to get to a comfortability where it's almost like we're conversating. You know what I'm saying? Like, still have that seriousness of being in the game, but also have the ability to be like, you know, like, I say, like, a sentence, and, like, Private can immediately just be like, yeah, but what about that? And, like, I do it sometimes. Like, Private will say something, I'll be like, yeah, what about that? You know, or, like, and, like, where we're, like, talking and conversating about the game. And it's not just, like, me saying one thing for a minute or two and then Private saying something else for a minute or two. And, like, so if you have a point, like, there's nothing wrong, I think, with talking for a minute or two about, like, a single point. But when it gets to me being like, this Beatrix, and then I know where I'm on to another hero, and then I'm on to another hero, like, now it's like, I can't even respond to what you said because we're, like, 2 minutes deep and we're on a whole different topic, you know? So I think us all just getting comfortable and, in, like, honing in on something, discussing it, moving on to the next, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's just something. It's just little things that I'm picking apart, and like, and if you disagree, feel free to say or whatever. Like, and I'm gonna constantly just like
definitely
like, oh, let's do this. Let's try this. Let's
try anything
that.
to like said to mesh it better and make it go a little bit better. And I said, and it's also on my part, like I said, I was a little bit more rusty. On just everything in general because I haven't been playing that much. I'm trying to get back in the rips of playing that because I've been doing a lot of other stuff with like a few other games, and I had to put one game down, and I sadly had to put Mobile Legends down for like a month almost because I started doing like I'm going next week. I'm gonna be going to Montreal, so. I'll be doing some work with.
You're going to Montreal? That's dope.
Yeah,
a bunch of family up there.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
nice.
I would like to go up there in like the next year or so.
You definitely should. Like, I'm excited to see how it is. Like I said, Ubisoft is flying me out, so it's really interesting and super fun to do with that.
Ubisoft?
But yeah, Ubisoft Montreal with R6 Mobile, the Rainbow Six Siege mobile game that's coming out. And
that's dope.
Yeah, they're flying me and a couple other content creators out, and they chose me to do that, and so between like trying to make sure I got all my because Canada's their COVID stuff is still really strict in the sense of like getting across the border. So I've been like either if I wasn't working, I was like making sure I got this and this in check, had to download this, make sure I got everything signed and all all the back and forth between that. But like after this way, I'm gonna be like full fledged back into MLBB in the sense of being able to know all the new stuff. Cause like I said, I forgot even Fred came out until like a couple of days ago, and I like fell in love with him and been playing with him on stream the past couple of days.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited, man. Like I said, I can't believe like these teams
Still there, Private?
are crazy.
Yeah.
Like just watching.
Yeah, I'm
team.
here.
I'm trying to get on the privates level. Like privates, fuck it, I love listening to private cast. So that's why I'm kind of like I was like I'm gonna just let him go off the dome real quick because I need to get better at
the main thing. Like Frisky, like you have great points and like you know the game and you're able to like and you're like especially like here with me and Private who are both like we've learned to be pretty aggressive on the mic. Like me and Private will fucking like jump in. We're quick because we know, and like you're pretty quick to pick up. Like you're like you come in. I think the only thing is just like the energy a little bit. Like I was saying before, like bro, just bring up your tone just like a notch or two, and like just that slight and like. But also, I guess it's hard like because Private, you were talking about the female cast the other day. Like you don't want to sound fake exactly. Like you don't want to be like forcing it, But also like you do need like I say it all the time. It's the customer voice. Like when I walk up to a table at my job, I don't talk to them like this. It's hey guys, how are y'all doing today?
Yeah,
And
that's a smart way to think about that. Holy shit! Yeah, I didn't even think about your customer service voice because you're always like you said, hey, like a little bit perky.
Your chest is out. You're fucking ready to go, and you're fucking we're fucking casting today. Like,
fucking casted. Yeah.
And eventually it just becomes like natural. Like Private projects his voice very well, and like and it's something that like I had to work on. I think that's like the first like thing that anytime I work with any cast, like with Beth and Combat when we were working with them, like that was the first thing. It's like project yourself a bit more, like because it's true. People want to listen to us because. Like they can watch any fucking game. They can go and watch recordings. They can go watch a live stream. You watch tournaments. Like, yes, for the teams, but also because the casters are making it hype. Like, our job is to fucking make this shit lit and bring tension and drama and, all that stuff to the field, right?
Mm-hmm. No, definitely.
What do you think, Private?
Oh, I nothing. Yes, what you said. No, I just I'm doing 1,000 things, but I did take your points, Art. I don't know why. I did feel it too when I was that I was kind of rambling a bit more than I usually do. I don't know if it was because or what triggered that in me, because usually I'm a little bit more concise. I just need to kind of put that as a reminder for myself. Maybe it was because Frisky was being a little.
I was a little reserved tonight, and it felt like you were, and
so
I think you picked up on that.
Triggered like a
in your brain.
PTSD in me from CCG
yes.
to just like, all right, dude, it's time, just dominate it.
I'm take it all.
Yesterday too. So like yesterday, it was just me and Private, and I was doing production. So Private was like carrying a little bit, and that too. So like I'm doing production, and like so Private I'm. Like yesterday you were doing it and there was a few and like I was kind of glad you were doing it here and there because I was like, oh good, because like especially like when we were on the caster's desk in between games and I'm like sending a message here and there to a team or something, like I need Private to talk a little bit, like yo, talk for 2 minutes real fast,
right? Bullshit for me real quick, I gotta do something.
And then like whether he notices it or not, like I come in and I'm just kind of like off topic or something, like because I missed the last 30 seconds. So like whether Private notices it or not, subconsciously he's just like, all right, I'm just gonna fucking go,
Yeah.
But like normally, like when there's a 3-person and it's just we are all like we're still essentially when it comes to casting, like we're all still new to it, and then we haven't had like solid crews, like we're all still getting comfortable with each other and the reality of it, and we're on fucking line, we're on Discord where we can't see each other's faces, I can't put my finger up and be like yo I got a really good point, I got something I really want to say, you know what I'm saying, like shit like that, which I can't wait till one day we're able to do stuff like that, but yeah, we make it work and we sound good, man.
Hell yeah, we represent for NA and I love that.
All right, guys, time to get me some food in. Great casting tonight. Hopefully, whatever New Wave is going through, they're able to kind of put that
I'll ask
together.
him.
Yeah, bounce back from it. Yeah. Same. I'm
Right.
probably about to stream myself after this, so I appreciated you guys. It was definitely always a good time with you all.
Tell you what, we did decent numbers again. Like yesterday, we got a share from Hoon, and we hit 560. And tonight we peaked at 346. So I can already see that share helped gain a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I saw the
150,
numbers, and I was just like,
subscribers,
yo, like even in the beginning, it was like sitting at almost like a solid 60 to 100 when it was just like the opening thing, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so I feel like next week we should do good numbers, and like if I wish tonight we had
Especially
more
with the
fucking
longer,
games,
yeah,
because it would have fucking we could have gotten.
Because at the end we was sitting about like 200, and people were even. I was looking at the chat, and they were like, you know, what's next? Who's next? What's coming up next? And it was like, shit, we only got one game.
All right,
All right, guys.
have a good one.
All right.
Deuces.
Yep.
See
take
you guys
care.
later.
Cheers.
All right. So with that being done, I'm gonna go ahead and get everything set up for my stream. We're gonna play some Mobile Legends Bang Bang to get up after that. But I just got to get everything connected and switched over. So I'm gonna have some tunes playing. It probably take me about a good 5 to 10 minutes to get everything set up. So Lady Dawn, everyone else over on Facebook and Twitch. Tony, thank you for hanging out, and thank you for the bits, Tony, you were sending on Twitch. I really appreciate that. But yeah, we will be here in about like 10 minutes when I get everything up and ready, and we'll be playing Mobile Legends. but don't broadcast it out. Oh God. So they hate us. I'm gonna keep that on the low. Oh yeah, I'm gonna try not to speak too. Cause once I open up, I'm like, you don't sound like you from around here. Okay, good. That's good. Oh no, I'm not gonna be that person. No. I'm not gonna be that. Like, you know, try to be all no. I'm not. I'm just like, yo, this is all you get. Southern English. Mercy. I sound so Mercy. Mercy. Nigga like what? I'm like, yo, I'm just trying to say thank you, man. Oh yeah, I'm excited. Team Sexy, yes. Team Sexy lost. God, my mic. I don't know why. I think my other mic was catching in on something else. I gotta make sure it's picking up the right mic. I think it is. Okay, let me make sure the mic is on. Properties. Yes, HyperX. You hear me now? Yes. So Team Sexy ended up losing both rounds. They came close both times, but it came down to team fights each time because it was just seemingly miscommunications on both times it happened, but they were so close. And Nicolette, she's their mage, and she's so good, and it was just like suck because you kind of want to go for her because like them Team Sexy is not that many girls in the league, and like almost that underdog feel, so you want them to win and stuff like that. And it just sucked. But Team Ackerman is really good too. Like Team Ackerman like showed out, so it's definitely nothing to take away from them, you know. Oh yeah, it was definitely a good game. Like they were definitely really good and fun to see both teams come out to show out and put their best foot forward. And like we only got like 3 more weeks of the tournament, so it's like it's getting down to the nitty gritty, and it's gonna be like who can make it. It's gonna come down to those last few like people who can actually make it. I'm gonna be like who can make it. I need to actually change my title too. There we go. Now we got that up and running. We got that going. I just need to share this stream real quick, and we'll be good to go. All right, let's get this shared on Facebook. See if I can do it on this side, on the actual thing. There we go.
The enemy is there.
I am Yin, and always
Please
will be,
ban a hero.
no matter what.
I am
Hello,
vengeance
my friend.
incarnate.
The enemy is banning.
Wasn't that showing
Ready,
my last
go.
live? Let's see here.
I am more
Your
than
team
a
is
weapon.
banning.
To me, fun
The
is all
enemy
that
is
matters.
picking.
Oh, excuse me.
Popple and Koopa are the best partners
Your
in
team
the
is
world.
picking.
Sniper ready. Give me a target.
The enemy is picking.
Payback
But the
time.
two
Please pick a
greatest
hero.
inventions.
See value in me? You should.
Command confirmed.
The enemy is
Rhino
picking.
online.
Am I still alive? What in the world? I don't know why my live not showing up for Facebook. It's being weird. Oh well.
The fire of battle never extinguishes.
You said you wish they did win. Yeah, I wish they would have won too. I honestly, in the end, in the grand scheme of things, I wish they would have won. I could see, but it's still though like they've still been really dominant performance. So we'll see how it honestly goes in the end. Could see, but it's still though like they've still been.
Only love and night are everlasting.
All right, let's see how this go. I've had a few off and on games, sadly, today. Like, some been good, some been bad. I'm just like, ugh.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
All right, let's go.
5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them.
Hopefully it goes well. One thing I remember, they were telling me that I was being quiet, so
Your appraiser is here.
I want to make sure I talk loudly so that you guys can hear me, and so that everything is going good. But yeah, I've been really liking Fredrin.
Face me.
Fredrin.
Single-handedly.
All right, so you gonna do it? She's gonna do it. I might be able to take her though.
That's underwhelming.
Yeah, we couldn't go in. I don't wanna. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Nice. Oh, but you still gonna die for it. But it was an execute, which is really good because that means she doesn't get none of that at all. Which means I can sit here and get gold plating, and hopefully I can take all of this gold plating. That way we can capitalize as much on that. Yeah, she's coming up for me.
Greetings from Los Pecados.
Woo! Yeah, let's get out of that. I just want to hit this so I can build up my passive. And let's see where they're at.
If you can't escape it, face it.
Yes, let's go. There we go, baby. Let's go. We were good capitalizing on that. Let's do this. Let's make sure we get all our marks up.
Greetings from Los Pecados.
Nice. We was able to get that. Even though, so we should be able to take this tower. Let's take this tower. So since they took top tower, I want to take bottom tower. That way we can still, I can still free roam if I need to. Nice.
Trust
There we
my
go.
eyes. I can't afford to miss any clue.
Nice. I want to actually build defense. I want to build this.
Single-handedly.
Nice. They couldn't kill me throughout all that, which is really great, which means we can actually capitalize on them being a little bit lower than us. And I just want to keep taking this form because I want to keep this gold lead that we have on their Masha because I don't want her getting out of hand. And speaking of, let's just go ahead and pounce on her, even though she's at her level 3 health bars.
Stand
Nice. Yeah, she's not gonna be able to touch us. If we can get a couple more items, she's not gonna be able to touch us at all whatsoever. So that's really good. I'm sorry about the little lag. I know that there's lag and it sucks, but I gotta learn to deal with it until I get service on this phone. Nice. There we go. Good job. Good job.
Greetings from Los Pecados. You get what you pay for.
Nice. Now let us build.
Those who stared at my
You actually
scar
need to get your health back. I'll let you hit those.
No questions asked. No secrets told. Not all worth can be quantified.
Oh, I should. Oh, yeah. Okay, so after this, I'm gonna build for magic damage. That's what I gotta do. Looks like she's gonna try to come back down here. I don't want to let her get a actual push on bottom lane at all. So let's just.
Now I'm getting serious.
So she did go back.
Single-handedly. Stand still.
Shit! I should have built that magic resistant first. I know I should have built magic resistant first. That was totally my fault for not doing that in the early game. But we still at least got turtle off of that too, which is really good. So I'm glad we were able to capitalize, get turtle. Hopefully afterwards, after this, I'll be able to get my items that I need. I need to get my magic resistant items. Look, now she's pushing top by herself. I need to go top. I need to go top. Yo, thank you so much. We need that follow. Thank you so much for joining the resistance. She ran away again.
That's underwhelming.
She steadily runs away. Shit. I didn't know they were all right there, and I'm still 200 away from getting the items that I need. Hi, how's your game so far? So far, so good. This is our first game of the night. Earlier, we were streaming. We were shoutcasting for the NASL, the North America League that we have here, and now we're playing our own game. We were able to get Fredulin, and we're doing him as a fighter. We're only 2 deaths in so far, so it's pretty good. Okay, now I need to build my magic resist items. I should have did that first. I got a little greedy, but their magic resist is starting to hurt now. Their magic is starting to hurt. And I should have built magic resist right when I got my little gold lead. But nevertheless, we can come back from that. We are Fredlin. We can come back from anything. We made them pop ult already. We made them pop ult. I want to get this, so I need that because I need that speed boost. I want to be able to get around a little bit quicker because they all keep getting. They all keep getting away from me with like a little bit of life.
That's underwhelming. It's not over.
Nice. They all focused me, and I had just enough life left to not only survive all of that engagement, but luckily I had my revive ready. So we should be able to get this tower, and then we can go back. So what we want to do is we want to cancel out their jungle, and that's why I'm going ahead and taking out their jungle right now. That's nice to hear, by the way. I am a graphic designer. Would you be interested in a custom design for your channel? I am offering great deals today. Currently not at the moment. I'm signed with a team, so I get all my graphics done for me right now because of me being a part of a team. But I will definitely keep you in mind because you never know when I might need some more thumbnails for my YouTube channel if you also do thumbnails.
Greetings from Los Pecados.
Because my thumbnails are kind of old. I need to get a couple new ones.
No sweat. You can't escape it. I claim both your life and money. Face me.
Oh, they got Lord already. I did not realize that. I did not know they was gonna hop on Lord.
Now I'm getting serious.
Wow. That magic damage is intense. I still don't have that item yet, too. That's why. I still don't have that magic item yet.
Enemy has been slain. Enemy has been slain.
You get what you pay for.
Our turret is under attack. Destroyed. Initiate retreat.
The compass never stops moving. Neither do I. Greetings from Los Pecados.
Initiate retreat.
There we go. Got that. And I definitely will. Thank you so much for stopping by, dropping the follow, giving us a little chat, and telling us about yourselves. I really do appreciate that, man.
Nothing and no one deceives my eyes.
Our turret is under attack.
Oh, the guy this push.
Has been slain.
It should have been me, not him.
Oh, are they on that? Are they gonna get that?
Not all worth can be quantified.
Our turret is under attack.
No questions asked.
Been
No
destroyed.
secrets told. single-handedly.
All right, let's circle up and get her. Masha is by herself at the moment.
Initiate retreat.
Nice.
Free. Request backup.
All right, let's circle around this way. I think they can handle
Us
that.
Rance doesn't need friends, but I do.
Mega kill.
Should have been me. Not him.
All right, I wonder if they're gonna, if they. Let's go. I think we got this one. Nice. All right, we was able to get that one. Now let's.
What a sham.
We should be able to get a good push off with this Lord, no matter what.
Face me. Trust my eyes.
Request backup.
You die. That's the rule. Stand still.
Your team destroyed.
It's not over yet.
Enemy has been slain. Monster.
Nice. Good job. Good job. He basically killed himself by attacking me. He basically killed himself by attacking me because of the items that I had on. No matter what he was doing, he was literally killing himself with every time he was attacking me, which was great. Because I had that this right here, that blade armor, and having that blade armor and also slightly low key having the warrior boots, and then having the thing that I had that allowed them whenever they hit me, it reflects on them. Whenever he was going in on me so hard like that, he was just literally hurting himself. And just depending on the people who I'm playing, it would just be like if I would build a little bit differently or not. But that was really nice. That was really good.
The enemy is banning. Please ban a hero.
If I want to ban somebody, I want to ban.
I am Yin, and always will be.
Yeah, if he ban Ying, I ban Marskov because Marskov hits hella hard. Marskov be hitting really, really hard.
I am more
Your
than a
team is
weapon.
banning.
Hello, my friend.
The enemy is picking.
Hopefully they do up me though. That'll be nice if they can up me. Oh yeah, I definitely gonna have to do a Poe game.
Your team is picking.
Definitely gonna have to pay Poe later.
Onimaru, save my people from the demons.
Yeah, we got Poe and we got a couple other skins that I want to show off too. We'll probably do some good skin show offs.
Chivalry is dead, and
The
I
enemy
will
is
revive
picking.
it.
Aim. Shoot!
It's so late. Aim.
That's it!
Woohoo! Set me on fire and I'll
Please pick
guide
a
you
hero.
to battle.
See value in me?
There we go.
You should.
You don't know the
The
power
enemy is
of
picking.
the dark side.
I'm born with talent.
So we should do good like that. Keeping that.
Your team is picking.
What is that? What is that called? What is that battle spell? Vengeance. I keep on thinking it's called Reflect, or Reflection, or something.
Payback time.
But I'm super excited. Hopefully we can win this game too, with the lag and all.
Welcome to Mobile Legends! 5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them! All troops deployed!
I'm ready whenever the money is. It should have been me, not him.
Oh, this lag is gonna kill me. This lag is gonna be the death of me.
I can't afford to miss any clue.
Beware of ambush! Retreat!
House Vance doesn't need friends.
I don't know if they don't have someone down here, or is he coming later?
First blood!
That's underwhelming.
Request backup!
No sweat.
Attack!
I think he's gone. I probably need to back after this.
Initiate retreat!
Yeah, I don't want to risk it. Let me just go ahead and go back.
Initiate retreat!
I'm not
Let's just
doing
go
this
ahead and
for
go
nothing.
back, because we don't want to risk that.
Has been slain.
Because who knows what could come of it. What could happen.
Enemy has been slain. Well played.
Oh, why is it two of them bot now? What in the world's going on?
Single-handedly. You get what you pay for.
Been slain.
Why aren't they winning?
Initiate retreat.
Greetings from Los Pecados.
Initiate retreat.
Now I'm getting serious.
Initiate retreat. You have slain an enemy.
You lose, you die. That's the rule.
Let's see if we can take turtle. Oh nope. No.
Initiate retreat.
Those who stared at my scar.
Initiate retreat. Request backup. Initiate retreat.
That's underwhelming.
Let's get out of there. Oh my god, this lag makes it so much worse.
Face me.
Oh my god, how?
Initiate retreat.
I don't know how he slipped by Argus. Jesus.
The compass never stops moving.
Initiate
Neither do I.
Enemy has been initiate retreat. Battle ready.
No sweat.
Enemy double kill.
They put a price tag on everything in Los Pecados.
Initiate retreat.
Oh my god.
Request backup. Killing spree.
How are y'all missing these guys?
Initiate retreat. Launch attack.
This lag. Oh,
be coming back.
Enemy has been
It's so annoying when you're losing, when you start losing because of lag and not because of skill.
Enemy killing spree. Shut down. Enemy double kill. Our turret has been destroyed. Initiate retreat.
Greetings from Los Pecados.
Request backup.
No questions asked. No secrets told.
Launch attack.
And oh my goodness, what is my team doing up there?
Initiate retreat. Enemy has been slain.
Greetings from Los Pecados.
Initiate retreat.
Jesus. They steadily staying 2 bot with massive damage like that. So I just want to get my one item, and then I gotta build all magic resist, it seems.
Request backup.
Even though we get with it annoys me that we're steady, we're getting so much lag. I might have to stream a different way
Not all worth
if I
can be
want to play
quantified.
mobile games until I get something fixed with this.
Initiate retreat.
Greed will be the doom of House Vance.
All right, so he can't do that to me. That's good. They're gonna stay right there. Let's get a couple stacks on this. Nice, we got that turret though.
Face me.
Then did that? Oh, they did get that though. Let's see. What can we do?
That's underwhelming. Stand still. Trust my eyes. The battle is too.
Oh my god! I know it's like it's so annoying because it's like, man, I could have been won this if I could appropriately attack at the right time and not be going against a like second delay each time I fight.
No sweat.
But I just want to get this. Okay, I get out.
It should have been me.
Oh, I'm dead.
It's not over.
This lag is just doing me so bad. I can't really work with it.
Our turret has been destroyed.
Cause it's like they'll pop up out of nowhere.
Wouldn't be coming back.
Request backup.
You can't escape it. Face it.
Shut down. Enemy has been slain. Request backup. Turret is under attack. Request backup. Ally has been
Stand still.
Enemy has been slain.
Oh my goodness!
Team destroyed a turret.
How is he still doing so much magic damage to me? Well, I still haven't got my first magic item. I gotta remember that.
Initiate retreat.
I haven't got my first magic item yet.
The compass never stops moving. Neither do I.
But it's still not too bad. 14-21. Oh, we're still technically losing by deaths. But if we could shut down a couple people.
Initiate retreat. Enemy has been slain. Enemy missile. Our turret is under attack. Turret has been destroyed.
You get what you.
Enemy has been slain. Enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. Double kill. Request backup.
Right, you see that? Like
Last
that
man doesn't
lag?
need friends,
The Lord.
but I do.
Destroy the turret. Request backup.
I can't afford to miss anything. No sweat.
Initiate retreat.
What a sham.
Alright, let's see.
That's underwhelming. single-handedly. Face me.
Like, I couldn't even really do nothing in that fight because every time we would engage, there would be some type of lag happening. I'm just thankful that my team can pick up the slack on those moments like that. That's so crazy. It's so weird how how the internet in my house work. Yo, Bacon Destroys, what is up? Thank you for joining us, man. I see you a first-time chatter, so thank you for taking the time and saying what's up in our chat. I am on the NA server. We are Legend, trying to get into Legend 4 right now. The Legend rank 4, we'll see how it goes. Oh my goodness.
It's not over yet.
Initiate retreat.
How did I die? And she's magic damage too.
Our turret is under attack. Our turret has been destroyed. Our attack is under attack.
So we got both of their towers.
Thought I wouldn't be coming back?
Y'all see that lag?
Greetings from Los Pecados. Now I'm getting serious.
Shut down. Launch attack.
Trust my eyes.
Initiate retreat.
What is happening like this? Oh, it's like every time we go and enchant, your internet is screwing you. Yeah, it's my Wi-Fi. It's, for some reason, it's not hitting me upstairs.
Initiate retreat.
They put a price tag on everything in Los Pecados.
Initiate retreat.
Oh my goodness.
Initiate retreat.
We need to get this for, wait, what are we building into right now? What are we building into? Let's not do that. Let's sell that. Let's sell that. Let's go ahead and get this right here. And prioritize that. Wait. Prioritize that. Yeah, there we go.
The compass never stops moving. Neither do I.
Yeah, I probably need to get a booster box for my downstairs because it's really bad. Cause I got really good internet. It's just that my Wi-Fi is really shitty right now. And they were able to capitalize and get Lord off of that. That's so annoying.
To battle is to appraise your enemies, just with different instruments.
See, it's like every time I try to engage on that fight, I couldn't do nothing.
It's not over yet.
I literally could not do nothing that whole fight because of my internet.
Defeat.
I literally could not do nothing because of my internet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get off of here. I was mythic.
See value in me?
So we were our highest rank is mythic 1. And it just sucks that this is what it's come down to. My internet wasn't like this always. And for some reason even though it says I got all my bars, it's being interrupted somehow, and that is literally making the quality of these games, quality of my games, really trash. So what I'm gonna do is I'm probably just gonna go downstairs and stream, but without a face cam, and just stream on my phone. Because I still feel like playing, but I don't want to keep playing with the disadvantage of this stream like this. Yo, Omayuki, how's it going? What is up? I do remember you. Thank you so much for stopping by. But yeah, it's just overall a bad experience. But yeah, thank you guys for coming in and hanging out. Like, this is just, it super sucks that this is what it comes down to. But at the end of the day, I might not be able to do my mobile. Camilla, I got my first elimination effect for the Kung Fu Panda event. Nice. We got some Kung Fu Panda stuff that we're going to be using. We do have some Kung Fu Panda stuff. Let me come back over here and show you guys real quick. I got the trial skins, so I will be able to use I will be able to use these, right? Like, I will be able to use these skins and stuff in the game. So you guys make sure you stick around for that, because it's gonna be super fun to be able to use these skins and these characters for this in-game event. You actually got the skin too? Yo, that's what I'm talking about, Camilo. That is what I'm talking about. So yeah, we got both skins, and we'll end up be playing with Thamus, and we'll be playing with Kai, so we can use both of those skins. It's just I can't do it on screen, because when I play it on screen, for some reason playing upstairs, I steadily get the lag. Oh, I thought I was about to burp. But thank you guys so much, and thank you for hanging out with us earlier throughout the stream. Like I said, we might be streaming later on with without a face cam. I'm gonna go and test it out downstairs and see how it works just from my phone. But thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to always stay frisky, and that I love you.